course, the economic environment for starting a small business has become significantly more challenging than it was a year ago. Persistent inflation, higher cost of capital, and so on. But that hasn't stopped one NBA All-Star who has gone from baller to barista. Here to share his entrepreneurial journey and the lessons he's learned along the way, Miami Heat All-Star forward Jimmy Butler, owner of Bigface Brand, and CNBC senior markets correspondent Dominic Chu. Take it away.
Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler, known as Jimmy Buckets on the court, is bringing the Heat off the court with his coffee brand, Bigface. It's an idea that first brewed inside the NBA's COVID bubble, where Butler identified an opportunity to make and sell specialty coffee drinks to his teammates for $20 a cup. Now, Bigface is a full-blown business with a Shopify site that sells beans and merch directly to consumers. And being the competitor that he is, the NBA All-Star plans to grow Bigface into a global brand. Jimmy Butler, thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC to talk all things basketball, and I think we're going to focus on the coffee because that's what our audience wants to talk about, is business, coffee, and basketball. Maybe the first question, the overarching one, Jimmy, is how does a professional basketball player take a love for coffee and literally make a huge business out of it?
I think it starts with boredom, and then comes competition and the fact that I want to try and be the best at everything. And obviously my love for coffee, it kind of like drives that. So, you know, from when the bubble started, I wanted to be the best barista. And now Bigface Brand, Bigface Coffee is a real thing. And I'm just trying to get the best coffee and the best experience out to the world.
It's one thing, though, Jimmy, to be a connoisseur, a fan, somebody who enjoys a product, somebody who enjoys a hobby, but it's a complete different thing to take that passion and that drive and that particular set of, I guess, overarching positivity about something in your life and making a commercial enterprise out of it. What exactly was the initial conversation like with yourself and maybe the closest people to you about how you were going to make this happen?
I think the conversation all started with a literal conversation because that's where my love for coffee grew. It made me realize that I have so much in common with so many other individuals around the world. If you start that basis off of coffee, whether I drink it with oat milk or almond milk, a flat white, a latte, a cappuccino, it's something that you can always sit down and talk to somebody about and figure out what you have in common instead of what you do not have in common. And that's what this whole thing was built off of, is trying to bring individuals together, laughing and having a good time, no matter if you drink iced coffee, hot coffee, cold brew, and sit down, have a conversation, and realize how alike you are as individuals.
So, Jimmy, there are so many folks out there in America, in the world, who have great ideas. I mean, great ideas abound in this world right now, but it's completely different in terms of having a great idea and then actually making something out of it and turning it into a business, right? So what exactly was it like? I mean, right now, we know that it was just about a little over a year ago, right now, back in 2021, October of 2021, that you launched Bigface Coffee. So it's been a little over a year now. What exactly should our audience know about what it takes to actually execute? What's the game plan to actually get a business going from something that you are passionate about?
I think the first step in that game plan is to like kind of walk out on that limb and realize that it's not going to be easy. But if you love it, you're going to make this thing work. You're going to push it to grow, and you're going to do all the steps necessary to make it successful. And the second thing that I really, really learned is it definitely helps to have a great team alongside you and other individuals that have other ideas, because whether you like to hear it or not, your ideas / my ideas are not always the best ones. You know, not everybody wants what I want at the same time, like when I want it. And I think that is the basis of all of this. So many ideas that come to life because I have other individuals around me that are helping.